time being played as a support, not as an offlaner. You get to see that Warlock again. I know how much you love a good upheaval purge, and of course the Earth Spirit, not something that we've been seeing a lot of.
Yeah, so a little bit of flexibility on both sides. Yeah, upheaval not so good this game against the old Lycan. He just runs right through those creepy devil hands, demon hands. I don't know what it is. It is the mid Earth Spirit, so likely going to see Gunnar get really active with a Spirit Vessel. I'm sure he's a little bit happy seeing the Morphling last pick because Spirit Vessel naturally counters that hero, so could make it a little bit easier to be aggressive on the map. But especially if Razor, Moo playing that one, can do a good job shutting down Morphling, then they can transition that into some nice Spirit Vessel ganks. It's going to be really difficult for Eves to play the game, but if he avoids a lot of that trouble, maybe gets a kill here and there, hits a lot of creeps, then he should be able to do pretty well. He can kind of deal with illusions, not the best, but I guess it comes down to who gets more pickoffs in the mid game in some cases.
All right, well, got the...
Ooh.
What? I didn't notice that one. That is a very, very masculine ooh-woo.
It
Excellent.
did make it better.
Very
They're really
nice.
scraping the bottom of the barrel for the memes here. Like, please give us money. We will allow you to meme in your games.
I mean, I still think Wildcard probably has the best one so far that I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's very good this season, I gotta say.
For sure.
Big improvement.
All right, so walk me through Gunnar mid here with this Earth Spirit, because this is something he enjoys playing, but maybe not everybody is supremely aware of.
Well, Earth Spirit has really high base strength gain, 3.8 per level. So basically, you just come to the mid lane, use Boulder Smash to get creep kills, use Rolling Boulder to jump around runes if you want to. You can gank really effectively on side lanes if you want to. And you can use your ultimate sometimes to get kills too. So it kind of just allows you to be very flexible on the map and pretty strong in the lane. I don't necessarily like it if I am playing against the Snap right here, because he's going to get a lot of value out of Scatter Blast is the big problem. Against the melee hero, but hey, as long as Gunnar gets his bottle at a decent time, he should be able to lane sustain here.
So why do you think they've opted to go for this in this particular game? Because it's not like Earth Spirit is something that's super popular currently.
I think it's just because they have really good pressure potential is the big thing. You know, it's important that your mid hero can go get something done on the map, and Earth Spirit has been known to be one of the best roaming heroes for a very, very long time. So the fact that you can do this from the mid position with an abundance of levels is a really good way to potentially affect the map in a positive way. So I think that's what it is. He expects to be able to do well, and he's going to turn this into some aggressions. And I do like how Gunnar is kind of embracing the Thompson-esque style, just playing very aggressively and picking kind of weird heroes. I think that's a fun way to play.
Yeah,
fun way to watch too.
I kind of like the idea of this just because of the fact that we've seen Moo be a lot more greedy recently. We've been seeing him take on more of the core position and having, you know, more of that initiator sort of roaming early capability coming out from the mid lane for Nouns. So I suppose that makes a lot of sense for all the reasons that you just mentioned.
Yeah, it can help solve that problem a bit. Gives more space for his carry, especially when you have a hero like Naga. It's really nice to have more of a casual space creation mid, certainly, because he's going to suck up a whole lot of farm. If you pick something that's too farm heavy, then you don't get that much net worth, your hero feels a little bit inadequate, and you have a much smaller window to actually get kills on the map. So this is, in a lot of ways, very effective. And like you said, Moo's playing a Razor, which is a hero that's pretty high farm, assuming his lane goes okay, which you definitely want it to be when you pick it.
Otherwise, pretty quiet over there in the mid lane. Very evenly matched up here. 18-1 in Snapfire, 17-2 on this Earth Spirit. Just kind of getting those levels, getting some of that farm up. And the other lane's pretty quiet for the most part. A little bit of a roll here over onto Esk. Just going to put out some harass. He's got the creep wave. And the Scatter Blast will just dissuade him away. Easy peasy.
This is cool too. He can go steal the bounty rune really easily too, since he's highly mobile on Earth Spirit. So he'll go take that simply.
Top lane though, they're gonna try to get this kill over onto Moo. Not gonna be able to quite manage to do it. So he will survive another day as Divine Llama ticks down a bit here in that bottom lane. Sending the wolves out. Well, his own wolves here, just making sure that he can just
stays
kind of
protected.
protect. Yeah. It's no armor. The wolves are his shield.
Of course, but they will not be scaling up people in this lane, most likely. It was just Fatal Bonds, a little net. A very early net, by the way. It's not common for Naga Sirens to get ensnare so early, but considering it gives them a lot more kill potential, I think it's a good go, or good option, because the amount of damage you're getting from the mirror image levels is not much. It's a 5% damage increase. We are talking 3 more damage from the illusions, so I like that Costabile went for the net. That way they could just kill either Enigma or Divine Llama on the Lycan if he gets too far up.
The power of a Marcy is pretty strong when you can just dispose, but of course you do need a way to cancel out the TP, so do end up just letting him escape there because there's nothing much they can do aside from that, but did manage to sap some of the damage over on the Razor.
Last hit wise though, Morphling is being a little shut down, 14 last hits versus Razor's 15, so they're both struggling. If you compare that to the other side of the map, Naga's got 28. They're going to do another ensnare bottom, though. Yeah,
Costabile just chasing after Devi here a bit. But it's just harassed again. The Shadow Word is, I think is it enough? It's real close. Even get that Fatal Bonds down, too. Oh, ooh. No, I think
it's probably not going to be enough. But
I think it's enough.
He's got a Tango going. Nah, he's got a Helm of Iron Will. He's going to be completely fine here. Just a level 1 Fatal Bonds there. It does some damage. It's definitely pressuring him a lot. His last hits were only 16. That's really important to notice. A lot of people look at Warlock as like a support that's basically there to heal your core, but with this 1 pointed ensnare, they've been getting a lot done. I mean, it's a 2.75 second disable. This is like one of those, it's 70 mana. This like really doesn't cost you anything other than slowing down your farm a little bit more later. That's the only downside. But keep in mind that Riptide damage also scales really well. The damage goes from 40 to 45 to 50 to 55. So the raw damage it gives you, very little. It just lowers the armor more. So they're just saying, all right, we're going to make our farm speed slightly lower, but we're going to pressure this Lycan so much more and hurt its tempo, which I think is really nice. So I think they're really addressing the Lycan well in this lane.
A little bit of action here in the mid lane. You can see that Marcy was making her way over Z-Freak, hoping to possibly create a kill from Esk, but now Sam also making this rotation, but Gunnar already rolling through, does find himself Alex. There's gonna be long-range kisses coming in from the Snapfire, but the rebound here, Z-Freak still going to die though at the end of the day, so good rotation here coming out with the pressure, and they end up losing Z-Freak. Esk should be happy.
I didn't see if Gunnar put the bottle on Marcy or if he had it backpacked, but didn't get to refill his bottle unfortunately, but did get the Arcane Rune, so not the end of the world. He had used his ultimate in a previous fight or skirmish with no kills coming out of that. But the Arcane's going to be great here. It's going to refill his a couple of his Stone Remnants a bit faster, which is a nice little addition. And we'll see if he gets active now. He's going to start slowly limbering his way towards the top lane. Morphling does have boots here, 3 points away from him, so can escape.
Drain a little bit of that damage in the meanwhile, but not going to be able to connect. So
they were close, just a little too early. If he just jumped like a second later, maybe, I think Gunnar could get there, land a silence, and potentially kill Morphling. It would have been kind of close.
Costabile doing a great job though here on this bottom lane, sitting at the top of net worth currently. He and Husky definitely placing that aggression over onto Devi, as mentioned earlier. And yeah, just going to continue to see a farm fest, I think, coming out of this Naga for the time being.
Yep, she's a very agile fish lady right now.
Lost a courier, but there we go. Nice roll in here from Gunnar should result in a nice kill. Sam also making this rotation. He's just a little bit too slow to be able to provide any sort of assistance.
That was good. Finally a successful rotation for him. He's going to hang out in the area, though. He could definitely crush Sam if he chooses to go for it. It's going to take a lot, though. Sam will be quite tanky. 860 HP is the 5 Dawn. He's got ultimate as well, but it would cost him a lot of rocks to do this. He's a little bit limited right now.
Nice kick away here coming from Gunnar, but the cookie hop forward. Z-Freak is in position, though. We'll get the dispose off. He's going to just rebound off of Gunnar. And they're going to run right into Sam. Uh-oh. Gunnar is going to need to do something here to roll away, do anything. As he's trying to get over to this cliffside, we'll be able to go to the top. Heal coming out from Husky immediately.
Nice.
Nicely played here from Nouns.
Yeah, he played that absolutely perfectly. He had to wait until after the second Malefice proc to go for his Rolling Boulder, otherwise it would have been interrupted. Barely stays alive, and again, takes a lot of pressure off. And can he make it to the Illusion Rune? It looks like he will be able to get there first. Esk was hoping to maybe catch him in the mid lane, but yeah, he gets the rune as well. That was great. Really well done by Gunnar. And this is kind of all value that he's getting without boots of speed, by the way. So he basically gets to get the Spirit Vessel even faster if he wants to rush it completely, and that's what he's going to do. And he got covered by Z-Freak a bit, right? The rebound movement speed is very helpful too, to give him a little bit more jump if you can find these opportunities.
Marcy just feels like it's such a good hero right now. Bottom lane, though, bit of pressure being placed out. Nice Wild Wing, ripping right back again. But they do have the Shadow Word. They turn back around. Divine Llama wants this kill, and he will get it. So now Z-Freak and Husky, the two supports, are all alone down here. Snapfire Kisses raining Hellfire down. Gonna get the rebound off. Husky should be able to teleport in time. Z-Freak does not have a TP, but they don't have the vision on him, so he will survive another day.
Still a good kill for Wildcard. They'll be very happy picking up the Naga kill. Gunner in the area. Bottom two. He's going to find Esk in a second here. Finds him in the jungle. But didn't expect to see him there. He was setting up potentially for a Divine Llama kill. Maybe he'll still go.
Roll forward over here. The kick back on Divine Llama. Cook out forward coming out from Esk with the Scatter Blast. Getting this Wild Wing. Coming in handy with the repositioning, Sam. Rejoining into the fight. Gunner going to back off. They've lost this window to be able to get the surprise here. So they're just going to try to hang tight by the tower. And Moo continues to farm here in the top lane.
There's like so much healing that needs to be done in this lane right now. Everybody's at like 2/3 HP. Smooth pressuring.
Yeah, he's going to be able to
well.
teleport out, no problem.
That was kind of ballsy by Moo. He just kind of said like, all right, you're not going to have Adaptive Strike. Just goes for the TPUs, right?
The confidence. I'm sure these guys have played against each other like a billion times, just in pubs alone, not even scrim, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you don't really skill Adaptive Strike nearly as much right now because it doesn't do as much base damage as it used to, so you can't last hit as confidently. It just generally is better to go the waveform build since you're getting AoE and mobility and escape, so just figured, hey, probably doesn't have it. So burns his ultimate, he TP's back, and now instantly smokes with Gunner. They're gonna go try to get something done on the map.
It seems like they have their eyes towards this bottom area. Trying to creep up. There's been a lot of pressure placed on this Naga. I would like to slow down.
But also great to kill Devi.
Indeed, that is the case. They started off with the net. The Solar Guardian, though, coming out from Sam's. Going to be able to go land, gets the stun up over onto Gunner. The Snapfire Kisses doing a lot of damage. The Song of the Siren comes out. It's not going to be enough to save Gunner, though, as he is going to die. And Costabilly's going to have to teleport away. So a good response coming out from the side of Wildcard. It's going to force Nouns to just go back, retreat to their towers. They go for that hammer forward, coming out from Sam. This is going to just get thrown over here. The jump over onto Z-Freak. It's still going to end up losing Sam. They drop the chaotic offering. They'll turn back around. Moo looking at this opening. Wants his kill on Divine Llama. That was the original kill that they wanted. So Nouns will turn it back around, get themselves a double kill.
This is really good. Considering how that started, really nice to keep Moo alive. Gets his ultimate off. Great Infernal Golem as well. The chaotic offering really helpful there in that engagement. Maybe Z-Freak getting solo killed here in the jungle. This Observer Ward that they had in the river was so helpful. Spotted Gunner a few times too, but this time gives a nice kill to the mid.
When did Alex use the black hole?
That was right when they went on Divine Llama the first time.
Right.
He like responded with it like right away. It was very, very effective in that moment. He was great, nice response from him. Plus the Dawnbreaker ulti, they basically just comboed everything. That's part of the reason that Nouns was so comfortable to turn things around afterwards, just because they had that great setup.
All right.
Wow, I really thought that he used two of those. That was just one.
I don't
that one.
understand
ban that emote.
I don't understand the guidelines for how they got that into the game.
Yeah, I think Into the Breach was like, let's just do 3-year throwback beams for our voice lines this year. And that's what they went with, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting strategy, all right.
I'm surprised.
Trying to kill Eves here. They don't have any Spirit Vessel charges.
Good
but
silence, and they finish off, but don't quite have the damage to take out Eve.
It was kind of close, but you can't rebound that close, unfortunately. Gunner was going to stick right on top of the Morphling. If there was like a neutral creep, maybe, like if Z-Freak moved forward, jumped off the neutrals and jumped on him, then they could add the damage, but that was a hard one to get. Bottom lane.
Yeah, just a
very dead Warlock.
It's going to take a little bit of doing, though, because it does have that Shadow Word on him. But
Courier died because he elongated it so well. Very good, very good.
Middle lane, jump forward over onto Moo. Good silence with the dispose. They should be, oh no, the follow-up with the Snapfire. Solar Garden coming out from Sam, going to be able to keep Eve alive a little bit longer. Not going to be able to go and just interrupt Gunner's roll though, so.
Not really sold on the Earth Spirit just yet this game, I gotta say. I think the way that Gunner's been playing has seemed fine, but the no boots thing cost him a little bit in that bot fight near the tier 1. He got cleaned up by the Mortimer's Kisses. They haven't been successful to get a Spear Vessel charge, so they can't use it as well to punish Morphling or other heroes. So that the tempo hasn't really been reached, unfortunately. He's 0-1-1. So that's hurting his net worth a little bit. If this continues, he's going to feel a little bit more like a support.
I understand what he wants to do with this hero for sure, but it just doesn't seem to be panning out the way that they like, as they do have a bit of the vision over onto Sam, but they will send the Zoo over to try to contest. There's a Chaotic Offering. Oh, it does so much damage, just blows up Sam. Divine Llama running away now. Alex also needs to be careful. They have a Vessel charge placed on him. Because Billy looking to see if he can grab anyone else, and he's going to be able to find this Enigma over here. So that's going to be a dead Alex and a nice kill. And the
That's
pressure
great.
on the mid
Zefric
tower.
basically he just baited it. He just stands there looking at him like, go ahead, run at me. And Wildcard goes to take the fight at the same time that Nouns responds. And the Fatal Bond's really paying off. He maxed it first, just went 2 points shadow ward, stabilized the lane, gets him harassed.
Oh, the roll in from Gunner. He sees Sam immediately. That is a dead Dawnbreaker.
I think he pinged expecting a ward, but it's actually the night vision from the Warlock Golem, I think. I think this thing has really good night vision, is what we're seeing from it. So I think that's how he got interrupted there. So a little bit of a mistake there, and as a result, they get another kill. But all right, now the ball's rolling for him. They're getting the team fights going. The Fatal Bonds was great against all the Lycan summons. Even if you don't care about killing them, it's more like the damage you do to the wolves and all of the other stuff is going to make Lycan himself take a huge amount more damage. Now he almost gets caught. Time for Gunner to literally kick the pig. Nope, it's not going to work.
Nope.
Misses him. Great juke by Devi there. That was a cool place to juke.
All right, what are we looking at here in terms of items and whatnot? So we had the Vessel that was picked up a while ago over on Gunner.
He's got boots now. Big
Does
update.
have boots. That is important. Let's see.
Definitely the right itemization so far. It's just the game hasn't quite worked out to make it look like the most amazing mid or spirit game, but he's certainly made efforts to try to make these ganks go okay. Rest of the heroes. Marcy saving for a blink. Costabile. He's got Manta. He's going to go Ags next, which will be really good against BKB course.
Yeah, big thing is that we do have the BKB completed now from Moo, so that'll be very powerful in the next fight. And a little bit of just pushing action here in the top lane, but with just the Naga and the Marcy, they don't feel super confident in being able to jump on him. So Costabili's courier does get sniped in the meanwhile. We'll lose the Blade of Alacrity.
They actually did end up building 2 Vlads on the wildcard side. I'm not sure if this was value or not. I mean, upgrading to the Home of the Overlord, very, very common. Going Vlad's upgrade on Enigma, also common. It's probably fine. Both of the items are very individually good. It's not like you're completely sacrificing for an aura, but maybe a small criticism. But that's probably fine.
They're going to be able to take this Roche fairly quickly, and Nouns is not in the position.
Is that double Vlad's aura?
Clearly, that is exactly as Eve gets Aegis. Get that Starbreaker over on Billy. Still has the sound of the siren if he needs to get out in the tight pinch. But they smoke up over on the side of Nouns. Find themselves Morphling. Waveform's out. He's gonna walk away. They figure the rest of the team must be behind them, though, as the silence gets placed over onto Alex. So the Guardian coming in does save him a little bit longer, but not long enough now, as Sam is getting his energy drained here. All that damage followed with the Chaotic Offering. It's beautiful. Lands over onto, gets killed. Sam Divine Llama running for his life, but the roll forward coming out from Gunner will ensure that they collect the kill. And now the Morphling trying to turn himself into his own. It's not. It's just so much slow, so much damage getting tossed off the back lines, but at the end they'll still be able to get the kill on Eve. Get that Aegis pop, and he's coming right back up again. They've got silence, they've got the lockdown. The cookie hop forward coming out from Esk is going to be enough to save him. Looks like Eve should be able to make it out just in the nick of time.
Oh, he was out of stones, so he couldn't do a regular roll. He would have caught him otherwise. Oh. I gotta say, Husky is making Warlock look really powerful. Genuinely, the Fatal Bonds with the Golem there. As soon as Wildcard clumps like a little bit, he's like, all right, Golem plus Fatal Bonds, instantly buttloads of damage. It's really making a big difference in these team fights because all the stuff that Lycan wants to do, where he wants to be this guy that just runs in and hits people and his summons run people down, it just gets undermined almost immediately. Great catch on the Enigma. I love how Moo moves out of the hole, out of the area, pops BKB to protect himself if he does get Black Hold here. Then he goes for an easy static link that guarantees that Dawnbreaker is going to die afterwards. There's a cleanup from the Fatal Bonds as well. And the best was the punch on the Morphling here, while the Golem just finishes him off. I thought that was my favorite part.
We get another. Oh my God! Everybody's in the perfect position for the Black Hole. Holy crap! Very nicely done here coming out from Wildcard. I don't know how that got set up, but boy, was it effective.
They said, all of our opponents' abilities are on cooldown. Let's go fight. Normally not what you say when you have an Enigma on your team, but that was definitely the case there for Wildcard. Like, they used their BKBs. We did not Black Hole. We got ran over. Let's take a fight. So, great fight there.
Yeah, definitely valuable as they're going to play some pressure on the tier 2. And most likely want to take control of this side of the Radiant jungle. Once this is unlocked, that'll give them the Shrine. And that will close off the map even more here for a Naga Siren who would love to just be hitting creeps.
Eve's been doing pretty well, though. He did die with Aegis, of course, but no real deaths yet. So his net worth is pretty close to where the Naga Sirens is. So he's not really too hurt at the moment. See how he scales up? Can't really go E-Blade anymore because it just does not do nearly as much damage as it used to. So your playstyle is definitely more of a traditional right-clicker. You have to use Morph effectively, your ultimate, to really get value out of the hero. We could see it in a couple ways. You could become Razor, get a static link. You could maybe do Naga Siren, your image split. You could steal Fatal Bonds. There's definitely some cool options. He can even get Sidekick, give himself 50% lifesteal. So lots of cool targets for him to utilize with his ult if he wants to go for it.
How do you feel about an Aghanim Scepter on Naga Siren?
Naga, it's great. It's a really good item. Because you're just getting a 6 cooldown reduction on your ensnare, so you're going to be throwing in snares every 8 seconds. It goes through BKB, so it's basically a hard counter to Lycan. Lycan is not going to be a problem once you get... assuming you can click on him, okay? If there's a lot of wolves, making it hard to click on him, it could be a bit difficult.
Well, that's about to come online here.
It's great. It's so good. Good against Morphling, too.
There it is. It's in her inventory. This Naga has herself an Axe. So an elegant solution to... dealing with the Lycan who's going to be running away. For sure.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sam going to just try to cut through with this creep wave, try to get them off the tower. Does have Esk teleporting in as well. And look at the vision coming out from the side of the Radiant here, though. They have so much vision over in the Dire side. They're just trying to keep all of this information to make it safe. And then the same thing coming out from the side of Dire. They have some nice wards placed up around that triangle area to see the entry and exit points. Smoke is going to get used, though, aside of Nouns. And they're going to try to comb through their jungle, perhaps remove some wards or plate down their own, and take back this shrine. Or outpost, rather.
Yep, this is the downside of losing control of your jungle. You have to commit smokes like this to run in together by yourself. Or with your team. Otherwise, you're just going to get ran over or potentially run into a really bad team fight. So Wildcard, knowing that Nouns is playing a little bit weird on the map. They saw the shrine get taken by nobody, so they know that there is a smoke. Even Divine Llama splitting his wolves up, trying to spot things out. But Gunner's just waiting for a great opportunity on high ground.
Got the Wraith Pack completed for Enigma. He's also got the Black Hole back up. Next big item, of course, is going to be the Blink Dagger, which he's very, very close to. So, it just needs a little bit more time. But Nouns, realizing, you know, they can make these moves right now, are putting the pressure down over in the triangle, the side of the Dire.
It's great timing by Alex here to almost have Blink. Very, very nicely done by him. Sometimes when you buy Wraith Pack first, it kind of delays you a lot. It makes your Blink Dagger late, and then you don't really feel the impact of Black Holes very much. But his KDA has been solid. His laning was decent. He's landed at least one good Black Hole so far. Let's see if they can get this catch on Esk here. He's a quick one.
He is indeed. That looks like he should make it out. BKB completed now for Eve. Also growing in strength. There it is. There's the Blink Dagger on Alex.
Okay. We'll see if they take a fight with this now. Seems like a great timing. BKBs on both of their cores, the Snapfire and the Morphling. Blink on Enigma. They just need those BKB cores to go in first, ideally. Then they can kind of react to whatever Nouns pulls out. The best target would probably be... Sorry about the barking.
Is
The best
somebody
target
invading?
would probably be then... I guess it's the Lycan Wolves. They're... they ultied. Aim for Naga Siren. You can clear up her illusion super easily with all the AoE magic damage. Commit her kill. That way you don't have to worry about her song. But the problem is, still got to worry about all of Earth Spirit's abilities, because he can interrupt your ulti, as can the Warlock. So they've got decent solutions as long as Husky positions well. If you take a look where he's standing right now, this is where you want to be. He's within range of dropping the Chaotic Offering, but very difficult to find while he hides by trees.
I feel like there's so many opportunities. All right, they're going to send Even first. Click over onto Moo. Nice dispose. Follow up there. In comes Alex, but he knows he cannot jump in on this just yet. Need to watch out for the Warlock as they find Husky over in the corner. Oh dear, they turn himself into Marcy and punch him to death. And there's the Song of the Siren getting popped by Kostli. It's going to just teleport out. They know now we don't have our Warlock, we've lost our Marcy, we've lost the main source of our initiation besides Gunnar. Like, we don't want to be in this position right now. Let's just get out.
Yeah, the nice thing that Wildcard did was put all the damage onto Razor. He doesn't want to pop BKB, obviously, but it basically revealed Warlock's position because the heal came out. And on top of that, Moo wasn't really confident of reinitiating because his HP was still a bit low at that point. So just a nice little poke that led to a good teamfight circumstance, and it's going to force Nouns to reset here.
It's going to force the play, but the cookie hop coming out from Esk does have the BKB, turns back around. Can he finish off Gunnar? Just barely not going to be able to do it. We'll see the Snapfire kisses coming out over onto Z-Freak, trying to just kill someone, take them out in time, and they won't be able to find it. As now Moo pops his BKB. He is being chased, though. Eve, he wants to get some more damage down. He's trying to find the opening. Nice cookie hop, though. Will be able to go land and then follow up with that net, holding Eve in place.
They might kill
As
Snapfire.
Esk is sitting so low here, he is hoping that nobody is looking, and indeed no one is paying attention. So they'll survive and get himself a blink dagger, and they'll take over the outpost again.
He was screaming at Eve's Demanta because he's like, get that fatal bonds off you before I get killed. Like, one more good hit and he would have died. But nice team fight there for Wildcard. They're making Marcy look not so effective here. Z-Freak is popping his ulti, gets a couple slaps in, but Morphling is like a rare hero that is always going to be able to out DPS Marcy. Even if she's hitting you a bunch and getting lifesteal, you can just morph to offset things. Here's the beginning of the team fight. Wait, what am I missing?
The uwu, maybe? Ooh.
Oh, I see. Ooh, slow down.
Even deeper, definitely. Sam having that haste rune. He's gonna put a little harass over onto Moo. Just poking a bit. Rest of the team is nearby if they decide they want to hard commit, as Z-Freak does blink forward aggressively. Esk sitting on the high ground here, throws out the scatter blast. Just gonna slow down some of these Naga illusions.
He's got an Orchid on the Naga Siren now. We'll give them another option for interrupting Black Hole, or
Rebound?
more importantly, maybe killing them.
Back over onto Sam. Yeah, that's a dead Dawn as he follows up here. Alex is looking to get in position possibly for a Black Hole, but he has to be so incredibly aware of who he grabs in this, because the positioning coming out from Husky has been on point. Kick back here coming out from Gunnar. A silence being placed over here on the Enigma. There's going to be the buyback now from the Dawnbreaker. Sam getting in position. Oh, if he needs to be ready, do spot Gunnar over here in the tree line. They'll go for the solo Black Hole. They want to make sure that he cannot run away. So they'll find the kill on Gunnar. They go in for more, though. They see Husky. Nice cookie hop from Esk. Will ensure that Husky cannot make it out.
Next time, try to be
Nouns they're poking and prodding for opportunities, and they got BKB popped on Eves, but unfortunately Gunnar drops a silence on the Enigma, but then he gets Malefist as he's escaping and hiding in the tree. So really good grab there by Alex that guaranteed the Gunnar kill and made it easy for them to continue chasing here. Like, Gunnar's getting these catches, but the problem is that right now his hero doesn't feel that incredible. He didn't really get to snowball ahead from those early rotations, so he's just playing an over-farmed Earth Spirit a little bit, but his net worth is equal to the Enigmas right now. That's the problem right now. There's only 2 cores on Nouns instead of the typical 3, because his first couple of rotations didn't quite land well. Maybe a bit of an impact of there being like a Dawnbreaker 5 a bit, or Morphling being very difficult to gank, but it's starting to look like a bit of a tough place for Nouns in this match.
I mean, the Naga is still sitting at the top of the net worth, but you can see that Eve and the Vailama also just creeping closer and closer towards that. And they are difficult to kill. So we'll drop a couple wards here. A couple pings. Roll forward, though. Over onto Sam. This is disposed. Nice cookie, though, coming out from Ask is going to keep him alive just a little bit longer, but not long enough. So Gunnar will get himself a nice pick off. There is not going to be a Dawnbreaker available for this next fight. And guess what? Roshan is up.
Good moment for Nouns. Looked a little hairy with Dawnbreaker getting tossed to the right, but the Orchid easily secures the kill, not letting her cast any spells is what you need to do. And with her Ags, she's ready to basically power heal whoever gets gone on her team, as long as it isn't her. But I like how they did this. They go start Roshan. Ooh, Roshan leaves the pit, though, and this is spotted by a Wildcard. They're going to know now that they're not in there. A bit unfortunate there. Yeah, the Naga illusion, if that had actually just continued attacking Roshan instead of being smoked, Rosh would have stayed in the pit, and it wouldn't have been as easy for Wildcard to avoid this.
Yeah, I like the concept of the idea of maybe we can get something else off of this, but again, like you said, with that vision being around the pit and not being able to remove it, it's going to make it so that Wildcard knows what's up, but do you see them putting the pressure in the bottom area? They're going to try to damage this tower. In fact, yeah, the tower's already gone. They're going to force out the fortification. Rosh has taken a bit. They might end up losing some racks for this. In fact, that's exactly what it seems to be the case here, as they're still taking their time. Roshan's still not dead. They just take the barracks, no problem, and they have already used the fortification, so get the Aegis online for Costability, but do end up losing the buildings, which is pretty important. They smoke up.
Not really where it's not really where Noun wants to be for the trade, but hey, I think both sides are. That's kind of the cards you're dealt here
Husky.
in this moment.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a dead Warlock.
That was quite dangerous to be in that position, but I think he felt maybe more comfortable because there was the tier 2 tower up, so maybe he didn't expect them to run over there. Z-Freak is going to get out though, so he does not get pressured. But either way, they still have an Aegis for the next fight. That part's good. It's on Naga Siren, so Naga can be a bit more aggressive in the front line, looking for the right targets, instead of having to worry about just getting, blink black hold, basically, with no backup. You could cover yourself with the Undying, or sorry, not the Undying, the Warlock sitting behind you, but this will just make it a little bit safer for him to take fights. And also having Bloodthorn too is going to be really effective. A couple of these nukers.
Yeah, I will say that Husky has played this Warlock very, very well this game, because you've seen a couple positions where, you can see that the Enigma wants to go for a black hole, but he's like, I don't know where the Warlock is, and until the Warlock shows up, like, I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to, drop this black hole for naught, so.
Yep. It's spooky. You gotta abuse that cooldown when you get it. Gotta guarantee those core kills, ideally against your Earth Spirit type target, who does have a BKB now, by the way, so when he does go in now, I wouldn't be surprised to see him commit his ultimate a little bit more forward. He did spot, or they spot the enemy team. They spot the wolf dying though, so they're gonna know they're spotted on the map themselves. Moo will split push out top. That'll lead to Nouns retreating just for a moment here. See if Wildcard goes for a fight despite the Aegis being up. I feel like if they can split their opponents up a little bit, they're going to be interested, but don't know if Nouns will give them the opportunity, especially with the bot lane being pushed in so far. It's one really nice thing about having the Naga Siren. Even though they got Raxed here, it is not dangerous for them to push out these side lanes.
Wildcard trying to get a position. You get a net off over onto Sam. They do have to fight off with these illusions. They've got the Scotty online though for Eve. One of the big items for the Morphling, but Moo feeling very strong. It's got double damage. It's going to just farm up and waveform away. It's a bit of cat and mouse coming out from the side of Nouns. They do have that Aegis online here for the Naga Siren. And Wildcard just doesn't want to fight into it. But they do have the wolf keeping tabs.
So much easier. The wolf is nice for sure. But if they do get ensnared, then maybe we see Nouns go for the pressure. Scotty on both sides is pretty effective. Scotty against the Razor is incredibly good. Scotty against the Morphling is also insanely good. They're also building a Shiva's Guard on Razor too. So the amount of anti-healing they're going to be putting out is going to be really powerful and help limit when they do catch Morphling, they can commit to killing him once his BKB runs out. But still a little hard. Moo trying to pressure his tower as well. But instead, they're just going to go for the tier 2, it looks like. If they can get the creep wave, Sam's trying to pull the wave. It looks like he's going to be able to get it, actually. Really nicely done by Sam. super important. This basically just undermines everything that Nouns want to do here.
Oh, all right. Well, he's going to end up paying for it.
Moxie, didn't you work on a farm sometimes? Have you ever suplexed a pig before?
Can't say that I have. They are very large creatures and pretty ferocious ones, too. A lot of people don't know that about pigs. Very vicious creatures.
That's why you got to suplex them once in a while to
show
them who the boss is.
I don't think I could lift a pig, honestly. And I don't think if it was a piglet, I would not feel comfortable doing. Like, it's going to be a lot of angry vegetarians. Peeta's going to get very mad at the stream now.
Yeah, I got one on Discord already.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Mir's upset with my comment. It's okay.
Yeah. I can see her not enjoying that. She does love animals. All right, pressure being placed over on the tier 2. There's not too much that Wildcard can do right now, especially with Sam being dead. He is a pretty important part of this fight. We do see him go for something a little bit different because he is playing the support Dawnbreaker. Usually we see the Aghanim Shard picked up for that magic immunity and the free movement during Starbreaker, but he opted to go for the Aghanim Scepter for the reduction in the channel time and the healing that can come along with this. But they go for smoke here on the side of Wildcard, trying to comb through their triangle, get a little bit of that space back, but already you can see Nouns, they've migrated to the top portion of the map.
The Shivas is ready. I can't wait to see how much Morphling struggles with this, actually, because they have all the right items, basically. Scotty on Naga Siren's also finished. Scotty, Spirit Vessel, and Shivas. They've got 3 anti-healing solutions. By themselves, each one is decent, but together, if you layer like 2 at least, Morphling's gonna mega struggle with getting a lot out of this. He's also building Satanic Mix. That's kind of a cool solution, actually. The anti-healing that counters his Morph also is gonna deal with Scotty a bit too, or his Satanic as well. Really layers well.
They are
Smoke's
looking,
gonna break though.
Yeah, they really were hoping to get Eve here. Not gonna be able to find it though. The rest of the side of Wildcard immediately disperse. Esk having to pop that BKB. He's got to teleport out. No, they don't have anything to cancel it, so he's gonna be fine. Divine Llama also just going to teleport away, protect the gem. And it's just been a lot of dodging coming out for the side of Wildcard.
Yeah.
Nouns is really trying to get some sort of pickup, try to, you know, put their plans in motion, but Wildcard is not letting them do this. It's okay, all right, they managed to find themselves. Yeah, disposed down though. A little bit of the rebound, the punching over on Sam. He is toast. Now Eve has turned himself into Race Car Razor. He's just going to try to jog some of that damage off, but does have to be careful. The Dispo's coming out from Z-Freak. Nice net coming into play. Sapphire Kiss is coming in hot, though. They pop the BKB. The chase is on, though, from Eve. He decides, all right, I don't want to follow too hard here, despite that Song of the Siren going off. The rest of the team, oh, all right. I was not expecting that.
He was way too far for the song to save him, so it's kind of perfect for Wildcard, really. The BKB on Morphling gets wasted or whatever, but on the back line, Gunnar was doing his best to do something, and he just ends up dying. He actually did not pop BKB there. I don't know if he was stunned the entire time, or just chose not to use it. My guess is he just chose not to use the cooldown, because that's the fresh old 9-second BKB. You don't want to waste those.
All right, back to the dodging game here. For the side of Wildcard. Not a whole lot of vision placed up here for the side of the Dire, but they will be able to go into their jungle, be able to take back the outpost, and continue the farm. Looks like a Lincoln's is next up here for Morphling. Move pop.
Good choice. Protects you against, he's finishing Satanic already, or is he changing his mind? Looks like he's changing his mind. Yeah, it looks like he's completely changed his mind. I think this is a smart thing to do considering the anti-healing that they have. He's looking around at the items. He's like, all right, Scotty, Shivas, screw it. Let's just get a Lincoln's. It's going to protect him from Static Link. It's going to protect him from Marcy Throw. It's going to stop the net as well. So it should make his fights a little bit more survivable. And yeah, the anti-healing is there, but BKB solves a lot of those problems, as does the Manta. So if he's just a little bit careful and plays effectively like he has been, 5-0 and 3 Morphling, he should be protected enough. And this will probably make his mid-game a little bit smoother here.
Going to be some posturing, positioning around this Roche Pit. Get the signs. Again, there's the Lincolns coming into play. He'll turn himself into his own Razor, pop up that Plasma Field, just push them off from this area for the time being. Nouns, though, they're being patient. Gonna maybe wrap around here over on the side. Stability. see they find Divine Llama, the Solar Guardian coming in though. BKB comes out, they just blow up Gunner, they blow up Z-Freak. And now the chase is on here. Moo, he's so fast, but they have the BKBs, and they're gonna chase after Costa Billy. Then they're afraid that, again, now here comes Moo. BKB duration is up. So, looks like Wildcard, they don't want to take this fight. They're gonna back off.
Ooh, man, it's really tough for Gunner to go in there. I think he got Malefice stunned or something, and that stun alone like led him into losing almost all of his HP before he could press BKB there. So maybe his mistake to not pre-press BKB, but he didn't go for it, and it cost him pretty bad. And once he's magic immune, it doesn't even matter. He still dies fast. He does not have that much armor. He's only working with his base armor and the 2 from Spirit Vessel here. So that jump, again, his silence was also just a moment too late too. Lycan gets his full ulti off. It was like a cookie after the Malefice or something. He gets blown up instantly, and all these BKB guys just get to run him down. So
and he bought back for that too.
And he did have to buy back. Yeah, he's worried about the Roach respawn there. So they haven't even really had to rely on the Black Hole yet. As long as Divine Llama and the Morphling are up in front, those are the tanky guys that are hard to kill.
Feels like a little bit of a game of chicken here between the Warlock and the Enigma. Like, who's going to give in first? Who's going to go and drop that ultimate?
It does matter sometimes. With all these BKBs, it's tough for Warlock to justify dropping it anywhere outside of like a big stun interruption, to be honest. So.
All right, well, Roche is going to respawn, so feels like Wildcard want to get into that pit, and they do have some nice wards up. They have gotten into position. Nouns, though, is going to put pressure on them by pushing in the mid-wave. And it is very scary for them to get into this pit again. They do have themselves an Enigma over on the side of Wildcard. There are creeps pushing into their base as well over on the Radiant side. All right, Moo is going to poke a little bit. They'll use the Snapfire Kisses, maybe a little bit early. Nice jump forward here coming out from Z-Freak. Spose coming through the plasma field. Eve silenced up. Oh my god, they can't do anything here. Sam is going to fall. He's going to buy back. He wants to be back into this fight now because really trying to fight over onto Divine Llama. And they're chasing after Husky. Now they don't have to worry about this Warlock, but he is going to buy back. As, see this Divine Llama having a bit of difficulty here. That Bloodthorn does have the BKB up. He is rooted to place it because of that Net Solar Guardian coming back in from Sam. Trying to figure out what this fight is just all over the place. Okay, they find over the back lines. They'll be able to kill Gunner. Gunner does not have buyback. He bought back earlier. Sam, though, also looks like he might end up dying back, and indeed that is going to be the case. As now Moo, the net, again, tossed back here from Eve when he turns himself into his own Naga. Use the BKB over onto Esk. Alex is trying to find this opening, still holding on to the Black Hole. Doesn't have the BKB though, so this is not looking good for him. As again, the jump forward here from Z-Freak. They'll end up cleaning up Alex, and they'll turn their attention now to Eve, who's just trying to buy some more time again. Just feeling very awkward during this entire fight, as there will be another buyback here. It's gonna be Enigma. He wants to get back in. They have to battle through these Naga illusions. They're tanky. There's creeps in the base, though, as well, over on the side of the Radiant. They're just doing damage to this tower, and it just feels like Nouns are in a weird position right now because they want this Roche for sure. They fought so hard for it. All right, Esk is going to be a little bit off the mark here. Will Cookie hop himself forward? He's going to try it again. Oh, no, Alex. Oh, God. That is not what you want to happen, as he'll turn around. They do finally manage to get the kill over on Z-Freak, but again, the Song of the Siren is up here on Costa Blee. And they are just gonna back off, try to cut through these creeps. Yeah, Alex saying, my bad. That was not the Black Hole that they were hoping for on the side of Wildcard.
I feel like he interrupted. I think he forgot to BKB before, or maybe he didn't have BKB. I don't know, but he tried to cancel it after casting it, I think is what happened there. Bit of a rough one. Finally leaving Nouns to an advantage in the team fight. So they get an Ags, they get a Aegis, they get a Cheese as well. Finally getting some advantage. They did lose a tier 4 tower in the meantime. Their top Rax is in a little bit of a struggle too. But Nouns did a great job resetting these team fights consistently. I really liked the shard from Naga Siren was useful in multiple of his songs, healing his allies for 5% for the duration. That was giving him more health, giving the Razor more health as well. Utilize that really, really well.
Yeah, what a chaotic fight. But like you were saying, Fridge, the ability to go and reduce all that healing over on the Morphling with all the, with the Scotty damage, with, Shiva's everything. It's just proving to be very difficult for this Morphling. So he did survive throughout all of that.
Yeah, 9-0 and 3. Eve's having a great game. It's really improved a lot, I gotta say. His carry has been very, very stable. Just him and Kostabile constantly just dodging each other's ensnares. Turns into Naga, throws the net, Naga dodges it. They throw a net against Morphling, he waveform dodges it, Manta dodges it. Trying to utilize his Linkens as much as he can possibly in fights, so.
Oh,
Timeless Relic pick up. Pretty good on Marcy, but she does like the cast range. They probably, they put on Earth Spirit instead. It's great on him too. Elongated stun durations, his spell damage, all very good. Slow durations. But the map is just so under control for the Naga Siren.
It's just so difficult for them to lock down the Naga, it seems.
Yeah.
Now with the Aegis, it's even more difficult.
It is. They gave the Ags to Razor here. That's why his net worth is so high right now. He's doing so good. Both sets of armor, the Assault Cuirass and the Shiva's Guard, and BKB, and Sanjinyasha. He's really hard to kill right now by the Morphling.
Tanky. Yeah, they have a general idea where Alex is, but won't be able to quite find him. They do manage to find themselves Sam, though, so it's a nice pick off for the side of Nouns.
Yep, great grab.
Oh, look at the TPs. Gotta get out of there fast. A nice little play here coming out from SK4, but they've got the BKB. Look at this damage, though, over onto Gunner. They need to get this Morphling out, though, and they're not going to be able to. They'll end up losing Eve. His first death, I believe, as the chase is on after S. This Lincoln's going to get popped. The BKB also going here. Nice scatter blast back over onto Moon. A decent amount of damage coming up from the Snapfire, but he's got the cheese. Go for the hold over onto the Snapfire. Eve buying back. He's going to try to punish Moon for going in deep here. And the Divine Llama giving the chase, trying to find Husky. We'll be able to find him with that one little ogre. But they won't hard commit other than what they've just done.
A little disjointed fight there between Kostabile and Mu. He saw Mu very low. It looked like a moment where he needed to save him, so he tries to reset him, but Mu wanted to go in using cheese there to get the kill. They lost that kill because of that little bit of a miscommunication there, but ultimately still decent map control, and they did all this while off of the pick-off of Sam, so it's not going to be the last time. They have far better split push with all the Naga illusions, even though they're up against a Lycan. Like, Naga is one of the few heroes that can actually deal with this very, very effectively. So, game is still looking kind of rough for a Wildcard after that Roche fight accumulated. Gave them really good net worth advantage. Kostabile even hunting these Ancient Thunderhides and other summons. He's very good at killing them. The 5-second Ag Scepter, Ensnare plus Bloodthorn, he just shreds them all. So Divine Llama is struggling to split push as effectively as a lot of other heroes can.
Nouns making their way forward. Just with the travel online. Kostabile be able to be up there in a jiffy. Wildcard just consistently trying to dodge here. They don't want to fight into this Naga with that Aegis. She's already very difficult to have to deal with. But they do have the ninja gear over on the Enigma, so perhaps they can get some better positioning. But again, it's all coming down to, who's going to use that ultimate first, because it's very important that Husky holds onto that Kadag offering.
Yeah, I like that they even gave him spider legs too. It's going to make it a lot easier for him to position correctly, run up cliffs to follow his team, extra movement speed, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's going to have to BKB teleport out, and I don't know if he's going to make it. He is indeed not going to. Double damage getting popped on Mu.
Really close. Almost survived.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it just feels like Nouns is in total control right now. There's nothing that Wildcard can do. Just have to wait on the high ground.
It does seem like Nouns is just a lot more effective at getting these little pick-offs here and there. The Wildcard side, they could maybe rely on it if they were spotting heroes and doing like Link Snapfire combos or something, but it's just a lot more difficult to do that when your lanes are always pushing. This is the tough thing about getting split push. It's really difficult for you to find kills on the map if your creeps are by your towers all the time. The only place that you guys can be is if you like cross these creep waves and hide in the jungles in between, like your tri-camp or the jungle near your base. And that makes it really easy for Nouns to find you. And then if you do want to counter push lanes, you have to go show and creep waves. This gives information. Whereas on the other side, they just never see anything because Nouns is just pushing with their illusions the whole time. In the live game, a smoke both teams. Gunner does spot Eves.
Sees Esk though.
Starts the fight.
There's a jump in from Z-Freak. So we got a bit of a split fight over here on the side. They do manage to get the black hole off over onto Z-Freak. They'll grab Gunner. Can they do enough damage is the question. And they'll chase after him now. The Song of the Siren coming into play. They have the Solar Guardian. BKB duration is over though, so looks like the side of Wildcard can back off. They already had the Aegis timeout. So they seem fine with this for the time being.
He got like half of his black hole off, and then they comboed with the Solar Guardian. Easy team fight win after that. Even the Naga heal was not enough to heal him up, so they win a team fight. Costabile's got 8,000, 9,000 gold, despite his net worth being 44k. No Moonshard just yet for him, but this is the point. Actually, he can buy more. He's got a Skull Basher here. He's like, I want an Abyssal.
Yeah, why not?
I do not blame the guy. He throws the net. They BKB. Now he has a solution.
A little bit of pressure being placed over here, knowing that there is no Marcy, there is no Earth Spirit. But you have to be careful. Costabile joining in again. They'll drop the Wraith Pact. Moo just consistently trying to clean up here as Eve does have to be careful. He's gonna have to waveform away. It's a bit slowed, but be able to walk out or swim out or whatever it is exactly that Morphling does.
Gyrates. That's how he moves. Just really shakes himself in a very specific way. Pretty sure.
That's fair.
Nice pressure, but ultimately they defend while they get their respawns in. No need to buy back there. Earth Spirit really hasn't moved much in items. Got a plate mail now, very, very needed to increase his survivability against the Morph or anybody else that catches him. But they're looking for opportunities on the map. All right, Abyssal's done on Naga Siren. He's still got a 2,000 surplus, so he's very close to having double, like a refresher with double Abyssal, double Bloodthorn, double ulti, double BKB. Very, very powerful position for the Naga Siren to be in. And he's also not suffering on levels. Sometimes Nagas do kind of feel bad because they don't have as many levels as you'd normally expect because he's getting a lot of farm when his hero isn't there. But he's level 26, so he's pretty content. He's got that -7 Riptide armor talent, so he gets -15 armor if he procs Riptide on somebody.
Oh, Esk having to be careful. They were smoked up. The BKB comes out immediately. Gonna try to buy himself a bit more time as Eve joining back in, but there's just so much damage coming out. The Esk is going to fall. Solar Guardian is going to eventually pulse in, going to land, but there's the Naga song coming in here. It's gonna be Refresher used by Moo. He's got his attention turned over here onto Sam. He is silenced up. That Lotus is not going to be enough. Some long range kisses getting tossed out by Sapphire, but isn't going to amount to much of anything. It's like,
Really nice fight there.
they force
Great
out
catch.
the buyback too over on Snapfire to get back in.
Yep, definitely a good little engagement for Nouns. Roche up in about a minute and a half. Still Circlet as offering to Roche to make him come back faster. Who would love to get an Ags this game? The Marcy Ags maybe? The Warlock Ags for sure.
Warlock,
Drop that
yeah,
double ulti. Oh, he's already building Refresher too because he knows what's coming. He's like, okay, he does need 2 is really sick to have actually because then he can actually just start goleming and then just save the second one for the black hole. It will be fun. Or the dreaded double fatal bonds. That's really powerful too. When people don't have BKBs, and literally everybody has a BKB on the Dire Giant team, so except for Sam.
Again.
But great area control here for Nouns after getting that pick off. Now they get to set up for Roche and wait for it to respawn. But little do they know, 55 seconds to go on that one. So Wildcard will have a good opportunity to contest this if they so wish. And Wildcard's base barely touched, really. Mid tower's lost 30%, top tower barely scratched, bottom tower completely healthy. So
This game's feeling a
Nouns
bit...
may have the map control, but we'll see if it lasts.
Yeah, it's feeling a bit weird to me the way that it's very back and forth. Like, you know, you see that Nouns are able to take these objectives, but they end up losing some of their objectives. Like, look at this. The Wolves are just chewing through the racks right now. They're just gonna get racks. Just like that.
Radiant's middle barracks has
That
fallen.
really nicely done.
Yeah.
The bot
Snapfire.
wave must have gotten a little too close. That's the only reason they're able to do this.
Yeah, you can see that the Lycan is doing the best he can to try to put the pressure down. There is a refresher. That's a big thing that we need to mention over on this Enigma here on the side of Wildcard. Satanic is completed too for Snapfire. Originally, we were seeing the Rapier started getting queued up. Went away to the Satanic, and now the Rapier is back on the menu, possibly. Okay, all right. They're looking for an opening. Naga teleporting in over on the Razor. He's gonna poke a little bit at Moo. He's already used his refresher, still down for another 30 seconds.
He's so fast on Razor.
Race car
Just
Razor.
zipping around here. I like that Alex opted for 3 mangoes as well. He knows his mana's not enough to land the double black hole plus refresher. That would cost him 1,300 mana. He'd be awfully low.
Yeah.
Without the mangoes, so he needs like an arcane boots bad.
All right, well, they're in the pit. They use the scan.
Here they come.
Yeah, but look at the positioning
Will they
again.
engage?
We'll find the net opening, the silence over. Oh, the black hole here coming out. We'll be able to just connect over onto Moo. They'll go for the refresher, though. And they're looking for again. Oh, no. I think that was another failed black hole as S jumps forward here, and they get the split off over on the side. Manage to go chase after this Moo here. The bite's coming out from Divide. They need to do a little bit more damage. Eve going a bit deep here. They do have the Solar Guardian. They're going to hop right back in. And the follow-up now as they ended up making Moo buy back. They want to get back into this pit. There is no black hole any longer here. Eve's going to try to final salvage. The Gunner jumping in. It's still going to be the Dire. They still haven't picked up that Aegis just yet. Oh my god. Just the dropping of everything over here as Devilum is going to have to teleport away. Goes to Blee. Okay, the Aegis does get picked up by Eve eventually as he's got the BKB. He's going to be able to go and blink out. Oh god. Oh, they get the hold on him. They find him. All right, that's going to be the
They
Aegis.
hit him with everything.
There's still an Agnum's Blessing dropped, I believe, as well now, as they'll follow up over onto Eve. They just use everything and cut through him.
Okay, the game's even,
was
despite
a
what
lot
that
of
might have looked
buybacks.
like. A lot of buybacks. 2 black holes got used. First one got interrupted by the Warlock Golem. I don't even know where the second one came. And they did kill Morphling here, but he's got buyback. Ag's Blessing was picked up by the Dire team for sure. I do not who's... Okay, Snapfire was given it just now. They did run away with it on the Lycan, but we'll see if they buy back on the Morphling. Maybe they're just going to hold it here. It's kind of scary not having it, but both carries still... Okay, he will eventually pop it.
All right, spot back over here to Llama, though he needs assistance, and he needs it pretty fast to get a Bashful. Solar Guardian coming in, the BKB getting popped on close to Blee. And this is just chewing through Sam. This is not looking good for Dawnbreaker. Already dead, no buyback. How do you force Nouns out of your base right now is the question. Aski does a decent amount of damage, but just very tanky over here as Z-Freak does eventually get cut down. A little bit of that drag over here onto Devi. Mo has some 52 damage total, not that much, as Eve continues to just try to push them out of the base. It's proving a bit difficult, though.
They gotta keep going. Surely? They don't have to, but I guess we'll just reset. I mean, there's no Aegis on your opponents. You just got a nice barracks set. Double set of barracks here. They can re-push out the waves as well. Bot is being pushed in, so don't let them get any kind of push maneuvers here. Maybe they want to go without Sam, but a little bit of a mistake by Z-Freak there. He was trying a little too hard to get a grab, ended up doing it when his teammates weren't there to back him up. He pays for it with his life. If he's still alive, they probably just mega creep. Oh, they actually didn't get bot racks, I'm sorry. I thought they got both. They must have ran mid to cover Z-Freak, is what happened, and finished it early.
They started to, yeah. It just the sheer amount of chaos in that fight there. They jumped onto Devi Llama, and then the follow-up coming out from Sam with the Solar Guardian caused them to kind of delta split a little bit. But yeah, all right, items that just got... this is such a chaotic game, I love it. We have the Scythe of Ice now picked up for Devi Llama, but the other big thing is we have the Refresher Orb now for Warlock.
That is good, yes. They can definitely cover each other a bit there. Also, Warlock could run in to die to Black Hole and interrupt it with his Summon Golem on Death talent.
A bit of a suicide bomber situation. That would work.
Disc on Earth Spirit's the other one, so he's going to be better able to run in, get Black Hold or whatever, and actually take a fight. Esk's damage with Little Shredder was pretty impressive in that that Roche fight as well. Was definitely very effective. The old Little Shredder multi-shot, something to be worried about certainly. It's not that bad against Naga. I think Razor's fine with it too because they have so much armor. And speaking of Razor, he sold his boots. Still running on 471 movement speed, of course, but he's got a heart now too. This is like the most farmed Razor I've ever seen, probably. And somehow there's a hero more farmed than him in the game. It's the Naga side, the old 7-slotted. Still hasn't bought the Moon Shard, but maybe he'll get there eventually. He's going to split push a little bit here. Those little illusions.
I mean, they do have the Midnight Pulse to kind of deal with some of these HPs, but like it's still so difficult because we watched that last fight. You know, the Snapfire got off the little shredder, and it felt like they were tickling Naga because of all that armor, like you were saying.
Yeah, she's hard to kill for sure.
It's problematic. Sam, silenced up with the rest of the team. Okay, Alex, he went in for that black hole, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Goes for the refresher. Things are split up. They've already lost Z-Freak as closely. Chasing after Divine Llama here. They're chasing after Husky too, but they'll leash up Divine Llama. Got a bit of that damage stolen. There's that black hole that we talked about. They immediately cancel it out. Solar Guardian coming into play. They do finally manage to kill Costa Bleed though. So that's going to be a dead Naga Siren. The chase is on. They would like Moo. Moo has that BKB though. Esk having to be a bit careful. He's going to try to man fight him over here on the side. Another net being tossed out as Naga buys back. Wants to get back into position. And they're going to have to back off here now as there is a little bit of a fight going on between Alex and Gunnar here over on the side. Oh, in comes Sam, though. They're going to try to punish him, and they've got the damage. Gunnar is down for 119 seconds. Wildcard looking to re-engage. Now forward here. Eevee's got to cut through a lot of Naga Siren illusions. It's going to take some doing. They'll grab a couple.
Nice toss by Esk. I mean, the tough thing for Nouns there, even though they interrupt the black holes really, really effectively, is that there's a lot more damage threats now that Esk is in a late game Snapfire position here. He's doing a lot of damage output. They still are going to have some trouble catching Morphling. And yeah, maybe Gunnar's hitting the back line and dealing with them effectively, but the cores of Wildcard Gaming just take a lot of oomph to kill him. And because Naga Siren is so farmed, he's got to play without boots a lot of times. I think that's maybe why he died in the first place. Couldn't run away in time.
There are no...
This kind of just looks like Megas.
There's no buybacks on the side of Nouns now if they get taken down again. And again, Z-Freak still thinks he's going to launch one of those Eidolons over there. Yeah, it's just Megas.
Naga collecting neutral items, so Fallen Sky gets that back right away.
Yeah, this damage though coming out from Esk. A little bit of that slow, just like you like to see there, Purge. Fallen Sky coming into play, followed up with the net, the silence, but immediately going to Manta. They have the Hex over here on the Naga Siren. Can they hold it down in time? That's the question. And they'll follow up here. A lot of damage. They're circled all around Costa Bleed, and they just have to pop the BKB over onto Eve. Eve is going to just move away. Alex trying to get in position here, but he's taking so much damage here from Moo. He's got to run out as they'll follow up again. That Fallen Sky, the S just using the Satanic. Can he kick down? Can they get the kill over onto the Naga Siren? Not quite. The heal again coming out here from the Naga. The rebound off from Z-Freak. They're trying everything they can to buy themselves some more time to get them to just get off of the strike, but they follow up again here, and eventually the GG comes out because Wildcard has managed to go and destroy their Ancient.